Hello, thank you so much for dropping by this video. This is going to be a video dedicated to someone who I met on Quora. Well, I didn't quite meet them. They posted a question, and this is my answer. Their question was, I am badly addicted to porn and masturbation. I can't control the urge. I tried everything to quit it. I want to focus on studies. What should I do? So first and foremost, I just salute you for reaching out for help. And what I'd like to say is, in my understanding, there's three different types of addiction. And said another way, there's three different types of addicts, or three different types of people with an addictive problem. It doesn't matter what the addiction is, whether it's pornography or alcoholism or drugs or relationships. To really understand these three different types of addictions, it's a game changer. So the first kind is someone who has a problem. That means they just do something too much and they're able to stop. They're like, wow, this is hurting me. And they're able to stop with little to no problem. That's not really an addiction per se. But they might jokingly say like, oh, I'm so addicted to da-da-da. But then they just wake up one morning and they're like, you know what, I'm done with that. And so that's what you'd call someone like I'm just going to use the Alcoholics Anonymous language, and that's a problem drinker. Then the second kind is someone who really has a deeply entrenched, you could say, habit, and they drink a lot, they do a lot of drugs, and if they have a wake-up call, like a relationship is going to end, like they're having health trouble, they're able to stop based on willpower. Though it's hard, but they are able to stop. And that you could call a hard drinker. And so that's probably not you, because it sounds like you have really tried, but then, you haven't had a crisis happen. Like, if you were on the verge of getting kicked out of college, you say, I want to focus on my studies. But like, if you were on the verge of being kicked out of college, do you feel like you could stop? And if you are, then something like what I recommended in my answer, smart recovery, might be for you. If you still have some willpower left and you are able to use that willpower, then that's what I would call a hard drinker or a hard addict. Then there's the third type of addiction, and this is the least understood, and that's why it's so important. These three types of addictions, very misunderstood, especially this third type. And that is the kind of addict, whether it be food or pornography or drinking or drugs, no matter what you do, no matter what this kind of addict does, they are unable to stop. They'll literally destroy their life and actually, in essence, kill themselves. If it's drugs or alcohol, then they'll just drink or drug themselves to death. If it's food, they'll do this till they get diabetes. And if it's another addiction, such as pornography or whatnot, they'll literally go to the point of going crazy and or kill themselves. Obviously, they can't kill themselves with the addictive behavior. You can't kill yourself with pornography, but you'll drive yourself crazy and actually take your life or have a psychotic break. So that third kind of addict is unable to use willpower. And this is the kind of addiction that is very misunderstood, because, for me, people would be, I had multiple addictions, and people would be like, why don't you just stop? Or, why don't you just, I had pornography was one of them. They're like, why not just put a note to remind you on your computer? Or why not get a porn blocker? Or, I tried everything with all my addictions. And again, we're just talking about pornography here, and none of it worked. I haven't found a way around a porn blocker. So for this third type of addict, this kind of this person who has an addiction and they cannot stop no matter what, then what what you may need is a higher power or a spiritual experience. And that was the thing that saved my life. And that's what the original 12-step process or program was about, was this recognition of like, oh, nothing I do is going to stop the addiction. I need to literally have the addiction removed by a higher power. Now, this may be hard because many people are atheists or agnostics. I was an absolute agnostic, but I came to realize that there actually was a higher power, and you don't have to have a particular religious belief. You don't have to go to church. That's not what this is about at all. It's about a spiritual way of life, and each person is free to define that higher power for themselves. So my heart goes out to you, my friend who posted this. Pornography was destroying my life, and I tried everything. I tried acupuncture and porn blocker and celibacy and meditation and yoga and time in nature, and it all worked for a short period of time, but none of it solved it. So I'm very happy to speak more with people about this. Please, if you want to, please post after a comment after this video if you'd like to talk more. And there absolutely is a solution. And if you're that third type. If you're not a third type, then there are other things such as smart recovery, or such as, like there's this program, I think it's called Your Brain on Porn. There's, for people who still have some willpower left, who still have willpower in this area. I still had willpower in other areas of my life, just not over pornography. That, at a certain point, pornography was actually stronger than me. So thank you so much for your beautiful question, and feel free to post any comments or feedback. Take care.